And welcome back to Electric Bike Mark. On this video I'm going to be riding the AIPAS M1 Max, as you see it right there. Beautiful blue color in the bright sunshine. And what I want to talk about on today's video is the situation in New Jersey about to go full into law July 19th, which is just a couple of days away. And I want to particularly kind of hone in on the throttle situation. So just to clarify this law, sticking with a 20 mile per hour bike, let's assume you have a 20 mile per hour bike. So New Jersey is not banning throttles, but it is radically changing how throttle equipped electric bikes are regulated. Starting July 19, 2026, the state sweeping new e-bike law officially ends its grace period, subjecting any e-bike with a throttle to strict motor vehicle registrations, including 20 miles per hour. So basically, New Jersey's sweeping e-bike legislation eliminates the standard 3-class system and reclassifies most e-bikes as motorized bicycles. Riders utilizing throttles face strict regulations. These bikes require state registration, mandatory liability insurance, a valid driver's license or moped license, and a DOT-approved helmet. The legislation, which faced heavy scrutiny from cycling advocates for its strict rules, requires riders to be compliant with several core mandates. Licensing: all riders must be at least 15 years old. Those 17 or older must hold a valid driver's license. Riders aged 15 to 16 must secure a specific motorized bicycle license. Registration: all e-bikes must be registered with the New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission. The initial first-year registration fee is waived. Insurance: any e-bike equipped with a throttle or capable of speeds up to 28 miles per hour must carry dedicated liability insurance, minimum of $15,000 per rider or per person, $30,000 per accident. Standard homeowners or auto policies do not cover these. Safety gear: helmets are mandatory for everyone operating an e-bike. Sales ban: online sales of certain e-bikes and the use of speed modification kits are completely prohibited. Failure to meet these requirements during traffic stops can result in fines of up to $50. And let's hop on and talk a little bit about this. So basically, it eliminates all e-bikes from the old law, which allowed you to ride without having insurance, license, registration, and the whole bit, to now needing it, but there's one bike type that does not need a license, and that is if you own a Class 1 e-bike. Top speed 20 miles per hour and no throttle, you do not need to register, license, insure, or anything your bike. So, do I agree with this law? Absolutely not. To me, I don't see the difference if you're going to go 20 miles per hour, whether you're using a throttle or your legs. The bike is going 20, it should not make a difference. That's crazy to me, because basically with a cadence sensor, your legs become a throttle and you just have to move them every so slightly to trigger the motor. So, do I think it's fair? Absolutely not. And I hope this one doesn't get around the country. This is the one I'm worried about here, where they're going to eventually, like New Jersey's kind of doing right now, assuming you don't want to go through the whole registration and licensing and insuring your e-bike. That's the one that gets me the most. The Class 1 is okay, but Class 2 is not. Class 2 is considered a motorized bicycle now, but Class 1 basically isn't. So, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. If it comes to your state, what are you going to do? Are you going to just get a Class 1 e-bike, or are you just going to remove the throttle and go with that? I have brought this up before. I'll say it again here now. I think we are getting to a point where there's two things going to happen. I can see this. Maximum speed for an e-bike is going to come down to 20 miles per hour. Now, it may even go less. We may go the full Europe and 15 miles per hour, but I think 20 miles per hour, and I think they want to remove throttles from e-bikes altogether. And we'll have to see where this goes. I mean, basically that's what New Jersey has done when you look at it. They only allow one type of e-bike, and that's one that goes 20 without a throttle. So my guess is that you're going to see a whole whack of people buying e-bikes that are Class 1. In New Jersey, because they don't want to pay any more than they have to pay. I mean, one of the big perks about buying an e-bike is to save money, right? If you're going from a car to a electric bike and you're using that as your commuter, I'm sure for a lot of people the big motivation for this is because of the cost of the two comparing each other, like between the car and the bicycle. So we'll see where this is going to go. The next 2 years to me are going to be very interesting. Next year is going to be interesting, and then by 2028, I kind of want to see where the dust settles. If it settles, we might have a much better handle on things. So New Jersey has eliminated really the class levels. They're no longer the standard anymore, the legal way to ride. And we'll see if my prediction comes true. I don't want it to, but I think it's going to. I think we're going to see lots of states implementing down the road here 20 miles per hour and no throttle. And they may jump on and adopt what New Jersey has started. Anything different than that, and they're going to charge you. My question is, what do they do with all the e-bikes that are already out there? I mean, there's so many of them. If they all suddenly become illegal, are people going to, unless you do it yourself, are the e-bike shops, if there are any around, which they're kind of hard to find if you're looking for those, are they going to be absolutely flooded with bikes trying to legalize them, make some changes to them? I mean, let's face it, some people have literally paid thousands of dollars for e-bikes, right? I've done it, and I'm sure you have. And you want to protect your property. But I don't think you're willing to fork out or expecting to fork out hundreds of dollars more on turning the bike basically into a motorcycle. I mean, if you're going to do that, then I guess we should just all get motorcycles. I don't know. Not only are they changing speeds, taking away throttles, but infrastructure is not growing enough to keep up with us, because trails are also eliminating e-bikes. Some places more than others. And I mean, it's limiting where we can even ride. And little squeaky brakes there. I mean, a lot of people just aren't comfortable riding on the road, you know. This has a super wide bike lane. But this is very rare. You don't see a lot of this. Most of them are that narrow, maybe 3 feet. They say 4 to 5 feet, but I'll tell you, I've been on a lot of bike lanes that are not 4 or 5 feet. They're a lot narrower than that. And there's other things wrong with that too. I mean, first of all, having a bike lane that's that narrow, you're that close to cars, traffic going by. And I've mentioned this in the past, and I'll mention it again here, is that there are vehicles that have extra wide mirrors on there. And the way those mirrors stick out, and you're riding in the bike lane, and I've had this happen, I've come awful close to having a mirror, knock me flying. And what do you want to bet? If that happened, they would blame me, the e-bike rider, even though I'm in the bike lane, just doing my thing where I'm supposed to be, and get clipped by a mirror. I can bet you anyway, anything, that they'll go after the e-bike rider. It always seems to be the problem is the e-bike rider. They never look at the driver of the vehicle. It's only the bike rider, right? Every time. Squeaky brakes again. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on that. What's left for us? I mean, we may as well get propellers on our bikes and fly them. No, that wouldn't be allowed either. I'm enjoying the day here in the morning because it's going to be another hot one, and thunderstorms are probably going to come popping up again. Right now, though, it's just before 9:30 in the morning, and we're very low 80s right now, so not too bad. So you folks in New Jersey, I definitely feel for you. I've had people commenting about the New Jersey situation, that they're to the point where, you know what? They just want to move. They want to leave New Jersey. It's that bad, Ah, a guy there cutting grass. I love the smell of fresh cut grass. I actually am one in the minority. I actually like cutting grass. As long as it's not, these days, as long as it's not too big of a lawn. In your younger days, you don't mind it, but as you get older, you just don't want to cut. I don't want to cut an acre or anything like that. So let me know too if you are in New Jersey. Actually, I'd like to hear from a few people from New Jersey to see your thoughts. And let me know how you're coping with these upcoming laws that are just a few days away now from going into full effect. I think the first year they are waiving the registration fee, but whoop-de-doo. Why don't they permanently waive all of them? You know, one more thing I want to look at when this all goes down, and over the next, say, year, between now and a year from now, when the law's been, you know, 1 year in, I'd like to see what differences this has made, if any. I think one thing you are going to see is less bikes on the road, but I think you're also going to see a lot of folks just say, basically, screw that, I'm going to ride my e-bike and I don't care what laws are implemented. You know, I think there's a lot of people, I can tell by the viewers and the comments on my channel, you know, the people are just basically saying, you're not taking my e-bike away, I'm not paying, I'm going to ride it as I have for years and going to continue to do. And also traditional cyclists, you know, if you ride just like a traditional cyclist, no difference, right? You're abiding by all the rules and laws, not going any faster, you know, you're just doing your thing, you're just enjoying the assistance of the motor to give you a little extra, you know, that little extra oomph to be able to get on hills and up them and go further and all that good stuff. Then what really is the difference? If there's an issue with the e-bikes, punish the people that are doing these illegal acts, you know, and then see where you're at. They just take this big broom and sweep everybody there in the same pile. They don't look at all that, you know, they don't try to clamp down on the ones that are doing the illegal, or they'll do a little bit of that, very little. Like if there's a big gang or something, they might do that, but anyway, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. That's going to do it for this video today on Electric Bike Mark. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And hey, if you would like to subscribe to the channel, that would be much appreciated. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you. And if you would hit the notification bell, you'll get a notification that a new video has come up. We do 4 videos a week, new ones. There may be occasion that we slip in an extra one due to some breaking news or something like that, but usually Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday at 11 a.m. Central Daylight Time. That's noon Eastern. And if you want to comment on this video or any others that you've seen on the channel, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video. And until next time, be safe, everyone. Enjoy your e-bikes and keep your wheels on the road. See you later.